Aloha, and welcome to another teaching tip from BYU Hawaii's Edward D. Smith Center for Learning and Teaching. In today's tip, I'm going to introduce you to the CLT Online Resources 2020 course that we sent an invitation to you recently for. And my purpose is to show you what this course is and why you would want to access it and use it and how it can be helpful for you. So this is the course right here, and I'm going to start by showing you this document right here. The online resources welcome page. And this is really where you can start. Ready, go. There we go. Okay, so this explains the purposes for the course, just in case you forget. But really, the purpose of this course is to give you some teaching ideas about how to use Canvas more effectively. And especially since we're online and we're all teaching through Canvas as our main teaching tool, I think a lot of the information here could be really helpful for generating ideas and improving student learning. So there's a few purposes here that it lists, but let me just introduce you to, let me go back and introduce you to the whole course here. So it's set up in modules, and there's the welcome and overview. I suggest you start right there, and that's the welcome page, and it'll explain some more information for you. But there's just different modules that give you different ideas. For example, assignments. So this module contains a whole bunch of different assignments and gives you ideas about how to create those assignments, different design ideas, right? So you can look through that. There's videos, all different kinds. So quizzes. Quizzes can be tricky. There's true false quiz examples. There's matching, fill in the blank, graded survey. Graded survey is where students take the quiz and they get full credit just for taking it. Okay, and that's where you can get extra information for example, a reflection on their week and how do they perform in the class. And you don't want to necessarily score their answers, but you just want to give them credit for taking the survey. So this is a graded survey. So there's an example right here. You could look at essay quiz questions, multiple step quizzes where they go in order. Discussion boards. A lot of people have had questions about how to run an effective discussion board so that there's rigor in students' thinking and students don't just come once, read one or two posts that are there when they come, answer once, and they're out. There's some great ideas here about how to organize your discussion board to create a rigorous and extended discussion on the discussion boards. So come look at that. Video posts, so using video discussions, you can do that here as well. Student sharing, interactive posts, engagement, participation ideas. So these are some ideas about how you check to make sure that your students are staying engaged with your course. Now, John Bell talked about transactional distance in his PowerPoint that he sent us. Transactional distance is the likelihood that students will misunderstand you or misunderstand an assignment or something about the course. And we want to try and reduce that possibility, right? So these engagement and participation ideas are one way to help reduce that transactional distance by getting more information back from the students. And it's another way to actually give them some more information and help engage them. So rubrics, a lot of people I've talked to across campus want to use rubrics, but these are hard to make. Grading rubrics is difficult. And it's especially difficult if you're starting just with a blank piece of paper or even just a blank rubric. When you push the button on Canvas and it just comes up blank with nothing on it, that can be really difficult. But here's some examples for rubrics. So you could find one that it looks very similar to what you might want for one of your assignments and import that and revise it and edit it so you don't have to start with a blank slate. And I think that process makes creating a rubric a lot less scary. Okay, so come look at these rubric ideas here. There's presentation rubrics, other rubrics, assignment rubrics, peer review assignments. This is another great way to engage our students with each other and looking at each other's work and becoming more analytical or evaluative in the work that they're engaging in. So here's some examples about peer review and how to set those peer review assignments up. And remember, you're all teachers in this course, so you can see behind the scenes. You can click on these, click on the assignments and then click edit so you can see behind the scenes and see what buttons are pushed in that edit section. But please don't change anything, right? So there's some samples there for peer review. Sample weekly modules. So people who have figured out modules in Canvas love it. And I am one of those people. And I will not go back to organizing my course in any other way. Modules is the way to go. And if you are not sure about what modules are or how they could work, here's an example weekly module, right, of how you could set up a module for the week and your assignments that go in that. So come look at it if you want to see an example, right? If you've never seen an example of how a module is organized, it's hard to imagine why you would use it or how to use it. But come look, there's one right here as an example. Zoom-centered assignments. So if you want to use Zoom, of course, we're doing asynchronous, but that just means that doesn't mean we can't use Zoom. That just means we can't require students to come to these synchronous Zoom meetings, right? But we can have meetings with our students that are not required over Zoom, and these can be really effective. So here's some examples, right, of how to use Zoom-centered assignments. How to, so there's some documents and videos posted in here about how to do some things on Canvas, like use the student view, which is really helpful. We look through the teacher's eyes, but you want the students to see what do the students see when they look at my Canvas course. So this will show you how to look at the student view using weighting assignment categories. That's for setting up your grade book. We've done some workshops on that. That's a great way to go, especially when you're developing a course and you're not sure what your point total is going to be right up front because in the middle of the semester, you're changing things. Weighting assignment categories can help immensely. That's another one. I'm not going back. I do weighted categories and that's it. CLT teaching movie links. So if you want to see one of our videos, here are all the links here for our CLT. They're on our website. They're on YouTube, but you can also find them here. The links there. Shared resources. So we want people to contribute to this course, and we want you to add the assignments that you think would be helpful for others to see and share. So we want this to be a collaborative sharing space for the campus. So we're going to share some there. Workshop outlines. We've been doing workshops through August. If you haven't signed up, go to clt.byoh.edu/workshops and register for one. They've been awesome. I've totally loved it. I've learned a ton just from going to the CLT workshops. I mean, I've learned so much. So go. Sign up, register for those. But here are all the outlines that we're using. These are all our facilitators, and they're outlines that they're using for those workshops, so you can see what they're doing with them. And then down here on the bottom, we've got the videos. So if you missed a workshop, you couldn't go, or you went, but you couldn't remember the steps that somebody showed, you can come back here. We're trying to record them all, and we're putting the video links here. So that's where you can access all of them. So this is our CLT online resource that we've developed for BYU Hawaii for teaching online. Teaching online is different. It's not the same as teaching face-to-face. And we've got to shift our thinking with teaching. And we hope at the CLT, we really hope that this will be a resource that can help you be a more effective teacher, because in the end, when we are more effective teachers, the students learn more, and student learning is the goal. That's the goal, student learning. All right, aloha and happy teaching.